Mama, Mama, Mommy!
Shut up! Why can't anyone get some sleep around here?
Mama, Mommy!
I said shut your trap, Molly.
Aw, stop shoving the poor kid. She ain't doing nothing to you.
She's keeping me awake, ain't she?
No, you're keeping us awake.
You want to make something out of it?
How about I make a pancake out of you?
Fight!
Oh my goodness,
fight!
oh my goodness, now they're fighting and I ain't getting sleep at all.
Fight! All of you! Now go back to sleep. It's okay, Molly. Annie's here.
It was my mama, Annie. We were riding on a ferry boat and she was holding me up to see all the big ships. Then I couldn't find her no more.
Blow. It was only a dream, honey. Now you got to get back to sleep. It's after 3 o'clock.
Annie, read me your note.
Again?
Please.
Sure, Molly. Here it comes again. Please take care of our little darling. Her name is Annie.
She was born on October 28th, and we will come back to get her soon.
We have left half a locket around her neck and kept the other half.
So when we come back to get her, you will know that she's our baby.
You want to sleep with your teeth inside your mouth or out?
Gee, Annie, I dreamed of having a mother and father. You're lucky. You really got them.
I know, Molly. Somewhere. Maybe far away, or maybe real nearby. He may be pouring her coffee. She may be straightening his tie. Maybe in a house all hidden by a hill.
She's sitting playing piano. He's sitting paying a bill.
Betcha they're young, betcha they're smart,
Bet they collect things like ashtrays and art.
Betcha they're good.
why shouldn't they be?
Their one mistake was giving up me.
So maybe now it's time, and maybe when I wake,
They'll be there calling me baby.
betcha he reads, betcha she sews. Maybe she's made me a closet of clothes. Maybe they're strict, as straight as a line. Don't really care as long as they're mine. So maybe now there's first, the last one of its kind. Won't you please come get your baby?
Now what? What you doing, Annie?
Running away.
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness.
My folks are never coming to me. I gotta go find them.
Annie, you're crazy. They can't have been all get you.
And give you the paddle.
I don't care. I'm getting out of here. Okay, I'm ready. Wish me luck.
Good luck, Annie.
So long, Dumbbell, and good luck.
Aha! Caught you. Get up, get up.
Yes, Miss Hannigan.
Now turn around. I said turn around. Now what do you say? What do you say?
I love you, Miss Hannigan.
Run, orphan.
I'm not an orphan. My mother and father left a note saying that they loved me and they were coming back for me.
That was 1922. This is 1933. All right, get up. Now for this one, shenanigans, you'll get down on your knobby little knees and clean this dump till it shines like the top of the Chrysler building.
But it's 4 o'clock in the morning.
Get to work.
Yes, Miss Hannigan.
Now! Why any kid would want to be an orphan, I'll never know.
It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us.
Instead of treating,
We get tricked.
instead of kissing,
We get kicked. It's a hard knock life. Got no folks to speak of, so it's a hard knock row. We hope
cotton blankets,
instead of wool,
empty bellies.
instead of wool. It's a hard knock life.
Don't it feel like the wind is always howling?
Don't it feel like there's never any light? Once a day, don't you want to throw a towel? It's easier than putting up a fight.
No one's there when your dreams at night get creepy.
No one cries when you're out here letting from the cry, you think it's supposed to sing. Oh, empty belly life, rotten smelly life, full of sorrow life, no tomorrow life. Santa Claus we never see. Santa Claus, what's that? Who's he? No one cares for you, a snitch. When you're in an orphanage, it's a hard knock life. You'll stay up till this dump shines like the top of the Chrysler building. You ain't doing too submersion. Never with the safety pin. Fingers in your Dickinson. I love you, Miss Hannigan. Get to work. Get to bed. I said get to work. It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. No one cares for you, us, snitch. When you're in an orphanage, it's a hard knock life. It's a hard knock life. It's the hard knock life.
Good morning, children.
Good morning, Miss Hannigan.
Well,
I love you, Miss Hannigan.
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 I love you, Miss Hannigan. You, what are you doing in there?
Nothing.
Get her out of there. Your days are numbered. All right, breakfast.
Hot mush! Yeah!
No, not hot mush. Yeah. Cold mush.
No.
And after your mush, you'll go to your sewing machines. There's an order of dresses to be finished if you have to work straight through midnight.
Yes, Miss Hannigan.
Now line up.
Laundryman! Hey kids! Clean sheets once a month, whether you need them or not.
Morning, bundles.
Hey Aggie, how's the prettiest gal on South 4th Street?
Bundles, get out of here with that laundry.
So long, gorgeous, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Bundles!
You call this clean, Annie? This place is like a pigsty.
Annie ain't here!
What do you mean? Annie ain't here.
She just went with Mr. Bundles. In a laundry bag.
Bundles! Please! Please!
No more hard knock life for Annie.
Lucky duck, she got away.
But we're gonna have to pay.
Gonna get our
Faces slapped. Gonna get our knuckles wrapped.
It's the hard knock life.
It's the hard knock life. It's the hard knock life. It's the hard knock life. Yes, it is. It's the hard knock life. Yes, it is. It's the hard knock life.
Apples, 2 for a nickel. Apples, apples. Excuse me, but could you donate an apple to the orphans picnic? Why not? Nobody's buying them anyway. Gee, thanks. Say, kid, when's this orphan picnic? Soon as I take a bite. Yes, officer?
Any stray muds around here yet lately?
No, sir.
Good, then they must be headed over to Astor Place.
Hey, there's one they didn't get. They're after you, ain't they? Well, they're after me, too. Don't worry, I ain't gonna let them get you or me. Everything's gonna be fine. For the both of us. If not today, well... The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Just thinking about tomorrow clears away the cobwebs and the sorrow till there's none. When I'm stuck with the day that's gray and lonely, I just stick out my chin and grin and say, oh, the sun will come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come what may. Tomorrow, tomorrow, I love you tomorrow. You're always a day away.
Hey, you there, little girl. Come here.
Yes, officer?
The dog there. Any stray?
A stray? Oh no, officer. He's my dog.
Your dog, huh? So what's his name?
His name is Sandy. That's right. I call him Sandy because of his nice sandy color.
Let's see him answer to his name.
Well, you see, officer, I just got him, and
Call
sometimes. Here, Sandy. Here, boy. Come here. Good Sandy. Yep, good old Sandy.
Next time I want to see that dog with a leash and a license, or else he goes to the pound.
Yes, sir. I understand.
Now get along with you before you catch your death of a cold in this weather.
Oh, I don't mind the weather. When I'm stuck with the day that's gray and lonely, I just stick out my chin and grin and say, oh,
Yeah.
You know that souvenir from Coney Island?
Yeah.
Molly just threw up on it.
Little girls, everywhere I look I can see them. Little girls, night and day I eat, sleep and breathe them. Some women are dripping with diamonds. Some women are dripping with pearls. Send the flood, send the flu, anything that you can do to little girls. Someday you'll step on their freckles. Someday I'll straighten their curls. Send the flood, send the flu, anything that you can do to little Shut up! Come in.
Good afternoon, Miss Hannigan.
Yeah.
I'm Lieutenant Ward of the 17th Precinct. We found your runaway.
Oh, thank you so much, officer.
She was in one of them Hoovervilles over to the river with a bunch of bums.
Oh, you poor pumpkin, out in the freezing cold with only this thin sweater. I hope you didn't catch an influenza. Thanks again, officer.
All in the line of duty. And you, don't let me ever hear again that you run away from this nice lady. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, officer. The next time you'll be out that door, it'll be 1953. Well, are you glad to be back?
Yes, Miss Hannigan.
Liar! What's the one thing I always told you? Never tell a lie.
Good afternoon, Miss Hannigan.
Yeah?
I'm Grace Farrell, private secretary to Oliver Warbucks.
The Oliver Warbucks, the millionaire?
Mr. Warbucks has decided to invite an orphan to spend the Christmas holidays with him at his home.
What sort of orphan did he have in mind?
Well, she should be friendly. And intelligent.
Mississippi. M-I-S-S-I-P-I, Mississippi.
And cheerful.
She's hilarious.
And how old?
Oh, age doesn't really matter. Say 8 or 9? 10? 11? Yes, 11 would be perfect. And oh, I almost forgot. Mr. Warbucks prefers red-headed children.
11? A redhead? Sorry, we don't have any orphans like that.
What about this child right here?
Annie? Oh, no, you don't want Annie.
Annie, how would you like to spend the next 2 weeks in Mr. Warbucks' house?
I would love to.
You could have any orphan here, but not Annie.
Perhaps I should call the board of orphans.
If it's Annie you want, it's Annie you'll get.
It's Annie I want.
Oh, boy!
If you'll get her coat, I'll take her along right now.
She don't have no coat.
Then we'll buy her one.
Oh, boy!
Come along, Annie. Mr. Warbucks' limousine is outside.
Oh, boy, I can hardly believe it.
She can hardly believe it.
Hey, kids, I'm getting out for Christmas. All right, Tia.
Bye,
Someday I'll land in the nut house with all the nuts in this world. There I'll stay tucked away till the prohibition of little Good afternoon, Miss Farrell.
Good afternoon, Drake. Everyone? Good afternoon, Miss. Has Mr. Warbucks arrived yet?
No, Miss. We're expecting him any minute.
Do you really live here, or is this a train station?
We really live here now. Would you all come here for a moment, please?
Quickly, everyone.
This is Annie, the orphan who will be staying with us for Christmas. Annie, this is everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Annie. May I take your coat, miss?
Will I get it back?
Of course, dear. Now, what would you like to do first?
The floors. I'll scrub them first. Then I'll get to the windows.
Annie, you won't have to do any cleaning. You're our guest. For the next 2 weeks, you're going to have a slow time. Now, Susie will pick out all your clothes. Your mouth is drawn by Mrs. Green. So, the bubbles, I think. A man comes in to make your bed. So, what's that?
I think I'm gonna like it here.
When you wake, ring for Drake. Drake will bring your tray. When you're through, Mrs. Pugh comes to take you away. No need to pick up any toys.
That's okay, I haven't done it anyway.
No finger will you lift, my dear. We have been wondering stuff. You put us to the test.
I know I'm gonna like it here. Used to room in a tomb where I sit and freeze. Get me now, holy cow. Would someone pinch me, please? Ow, I didn't mean it.
Never had a little girl.
I'm very glad to volunteer.
We hope you understand. Your wishes are command.
I know I'm gonna like it here.
Welcome!
Where is everybody? Hello, everybody.
Welcome home, Mr. Warbucks.
It's good to be home.
How was your flight from Chicago?
Not bad. Only took 11 hours.
I'm okay.
Grace,
Yes, sir?
messages?
President Roosevelt wants you to call him at the White House.
I'll get back to him later. All right, good to see you all. Drake,
Yes, sir?
dismiss the staff.
Yes, sir.
And Grace, if you'll get your notebook. Who is that?
This is Annie, Mr. Warbucks, the orphan who will be staying with us for Christmas.
She's not a boy. Orphans are boys.
I'm sorry, sir. You just said orphan, so I chose a girl.
Well, I suppose you'll have to do. Annie, huh? Annie what?
Oh, I'm just Annie, Mr. Warbucks, sir. I haven't got any last name. I'm sorry I'm not a boy.
Oh, not at all. Grace, if we get started on those shipments, iron shipments to Toledo, what are we supposed to do with this child?
It is her first night here, sir.
I suppose we'll have to do something special for your first night, Annie. How would you like to go to the movies?
Gosh, Mr. Warbucks, I've never been to one.
Then you'll go to the Roxy and an ice cream soda at Rupelmare's and a handsome cab ride around Central Park.
Golly!
Grace. Yes, sir?
Forget about tonight's dictations. You'll take Annie to the movies.
Yes, sir.
Aw, gee.
What's the matter, Annie?
It's just that, well, I thought you were going to take me.
Oh, I'm afraid I'm far too busy. You see, when a man is running a multi-billion
Oh,
corporation...
sure. I know. That's okay, Mr. Warbucks.
Drake, get our coats.
Aw, gee.
Grace, you'll come too, of course.
Which car will you wanting to be taking today?
The Duesenberg. Wait, no. This child has been cooped up in an orphanage all her life. We'll walk.
Walk to the Roxy?
Why not? It's only 45 blocks.
Yes, sir.
Ah, smell those bus fumes. There is nothing like the air of New York City. Come on, you slowpokes, we better get there before the prices change. NYC, the shimmer of Times Square,
The beat,
the drive. NYC, you might say that I'm square, but whoa, I come alive.
the city's bright as a penny arcade. It blinks, it tilts, it rings.
To think that I've lived here all of my life and never seen these things.
NYC, the whole world is coming. By bus, by train, you can't explain. They're yearns
Go ask the Gershwins for heaven and heart, the place they love the best. For California pays bigger their heart, their fan mail comes addressed to NYC. Tomorrow a penthouse that's way up high. NYC, you're standing only. You crown, you're still the champ. Amen for
Popcorn. How about some popcorn? I haven't had popcorn since.
Get in, jump fight. Good girl, good night. Sleep tight in NYC.
WEAF New York.
Once again, we bring you the romance of Helen Trent, who sets out to prove that just because a woman is 35 or over, life and love need not be over.
God, I hope not. Come in. What's the matter? Warbuck's fed up with Annie already?
On the contrary, this has to be signed and sent back to the Board of Orphans no later than 10 o'clock tomorrow.
What for?
Because Mr. Warbucks is so taken with Annie that he wants to adopt her.
Annie, the daughter of a millionaire?
The daughter of a billionaire.
Would you excuse me for just one moment? Got any more wonderful news?
Merry Christmas, Miss Hannigan.
prison? What were you in for this time?
Some old geezer said I swindled him out of $1,100.
Why did he say that?
Because the rooster swindled him out of $1,100.
Sis, I'd like you to meet a friend of mine from
Jersey City.
Rooster, do me a favor. Get out of here.
So who was that blondie I didn't see when I came in? Looks like she had a couple of dollars.
She works for Oliver Warbucks.
The Oliver Warbucks.
Annie, one of the orphans from here, just got adopted by him.
Crummy orphans.
Yeah, living it up in a lap of luxury while the two Hannigan kids end up on the skids.
The little brat. It ain't fair, this here life is driving me nuts. While we get peanuts, she's living fat.
Maybe she holds a key, that little lady.
To getting more bucks.
Where does that put us?
Yes! Easy street. Easy street. Annie is the key. Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree. Yes! Easy street. Easy street. That's where we're gonna be.
Yes, yes, Mr. President. No, I'm not asking for your help. I'm just saying we should do something about it. We should talk about it on Friday. Listen, why don't you, Mrs. Roosevelt, come on down for Christmas dinner? You will? Great. See you then. Grace,
Yes, sir?
find out what Democrats eat.
Yes, sir.
The package from Tiffany's?
Arrived this morning.
Okay. I'm going to give it to her and tell her I want to adopt her.
She's going to be the happiest little girl in the world.
Can you get her down here?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Annie, can we have a man-to-man talk?
You're sending me back to the orphanage, right?
Of course not. Listen, when I was young, both of my parents died. So I made it a promise to myself. One day, one way or another, I was going to be very, very rich.
That was a good idea.
But it just occurred to me that no matter how much money you have, if you have no one to spend it with, you're better off being broke. I was in Tiffany's yesterday, and I picked this up for you.
For me? Gee, thanks, Mr. Warbucks. Aw, gee.
I noticed that old broken locket you always wear, so I thought to myself, I'm going to get that kid a brand new locket. We'll just take...
No, I don't want a new one.
Annie.
This locket, my mother and father gave it to me when they left me at the orphanage, and a note, too. They're coming back for me. I know I'm real lucky being here with you for Christmas and all, but the one thing I want in the whole world is to find my mother and father and be like all the other kids with folks of my own.
Shh. Mr. Warbucks will find your mother and father. If he has to put everyone in his organization on the job. If he has to pull every political string there is to pull.
Up and including the White House. Annie, can I have your locket?
But Mr. Warbucks...
I understand, but it may be the closest thing for the FBI to trace your family.
Oh, okay, and maybe they should have my note, too.
You watch, Annie. You may be seeing your parents within a couple of days.
Really?
Really.
I gotta write a letter to the kids about this.
What a thing to occur, finding them, losing her. Oh, you won't be an orphan for long.
And pretty soon, everyone will know I'm looking for my folks, because we're going to be on the radio. So make sure you listen, okay? And maybe now it's time, and maybe when I wake, they'll be there calling me baby. So maybe now there's prayers, the last one of its kind. Won't you please come get your baby,
Thank you, Annie, and welcome to America's favorite radio program, the Oxygen Hour of Smiles. Starting with your old softy, Bert Healy. And good evening, Oliver Warbuck. It's nice of you to drop by.
Good evening, Bert Healy. It's nice to be here.
Now, I can see that you have something to tell about Annie here.
Yes, Bert Healy, I am now conducting a coast-to-coast nationwide search for Annie's parents. And with a 55 certified check to anyone who can prove that they're Annie's parents.
wow.
So, Annie's parents, if you're listening, write to Oliver Warbucks, care of this station. Thank you, Oliver Warbucks.
Thank you, Bert Healy. Drop page.
Well, I see by a little clock on the wall that another of our Thursday night get-together has gone by faster than you can say accident. So, yes, this is your old softy, Bert Healy. Until next time, same station. Now, good night.
Gee, Annie on the radio. She's coast-to-coast famous.
Wish I was on the radio.
Me too. Who wants to be on the dumb old radio?
I do. This is Bert Healy saying, hey, help a man, hey, dapper dip, you both got your smile, but brother, you're never fully dressed without a smile. Your clothes may be rummerly, they stand out a while, but brother, you're never fully dressed without a smile. Who cares what you're wearing on this street side of the road? What you wear from ear to ear and off from head to toe, that matters. So janitor, so long for a while. Remember, you're never fully dressed. Though you may wear your best, you're never fully dressed without a smile. Smile, 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 darling, smile. What are you doing up? Annie was on the radio. Yeah, I heard. Next thing you know, she'll be in the movies. Now get to bed. A $50,000 reward. 50,000.
what I couldn't do with $50,000.
Excuse me, were you the lady who runs this here orphanage?
Yeah, what do you want?
Did you work here 11 years ago?
Yeah.
Well, we had terrible troubles back then and had to leave our baby here on the front stoop.
Our little girl, Annie.
You're Annie's parents? I can't believe it. Where'd you say you come from again?
A little farm up in Canada where they had lots of geese, ducks, chickens, and roosters! Gotcha, Aggie.
Rooster, I never would have known it was you in 1,000 years.
Would ya, Aggie? And we're gonna fool Warbucks too.
Got ourselves 50,000 big ones.
Sis, we need your help about details about Annie.
What's in it for me?
3-way split?
Half. Half? Half!
Okay, $25,000 for each of us. But we gotta do it fast. Get the money, get the girl, get out of town.
The kid's the problem. What would we do with her afterward?
No problem. When I want something to disappear, it disappears. We're good. We get the $50,000. We blow this coming town, and me and Lo will meet ya.
Where? Oh, yeah. Easy Street. Easy Street. Annie is the key. Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree. Yeah. Easy Street. Easy Street. That's where we're gonna be.
Well, Miss Farrell?
I'm sorry, Annie. I've spoken to more than 1,000 people claiming to be your parents, but they were all liars and fakes.
Oh, gee. Are you certain?
Yes, sir. None of them knew about the locket. I'm so sorry.
I was sure someone was going to be my mother and father.
FBI.
Ah, finally. Agent Gunderson has located the manufacturer of the locket in Utica, New York.
Oh, boy!
Over 90,000 were made and sold.
Oh, gee.
Annie, the FBI doesn't think there's 1 in a million of tracing your parents over the locket. I'm sorry.
That's okay. You did your best anyways. I guess a kid could get along without their folks. You didn't turn out so bad.
Grace,
Yes, sir?
do you have those legal papers I gave you the other day?
Right here.
Annie, I want to adopt you.
Adopt me?
Yes or no?
Well, if I can't have my real father, there's no one in the world I'd rather have for a father than you, Mr. Warbucks.
This won't be just be an adoption. It'll be a celebration, and you can invite anyone in the world. Who would you like?
I guess I'd like to see Miss Farrell here, and Drake, and Mrs. Pugh, and, well, everyone here.
Drake,
Yes, sir?
tell the staff to get spiffed up for tonight. They're coming to Annie's adoption party.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and the kids.
It'll be way past their bedtime, but I'll tell you what. We'll have everyone here tomorrow for a big Christmas party.
Miss Hannigan, too?
Why not? I'm the luckiest man in the world.
I'm the luckiest kid.
Together at last,
Together forever.
we're tying a knot that never can sever. I don't need sunshine now to turn my skies to blue. I don't need anything but you.
Yesterday was plain awful.
You can say that again,
Yesterday was plain awful.
but that's
Not now.
that's then.
I'm poor as a mouse.
I'm richer than Midas, but nothing on earth could ever divide us. And if If tomorrow I'm an apple seller too, I don't need anything, anything, anything. I don't need anything but you.
Excuse us, folks. Shirley, look. There's our Annie.
Who are you?
Honey, we're your mom, Dad.
Mudge is the name. Ralph Mudge. And this is the wife, Shirley.
Annie, we loved you, but we had to leave you behind.
We've seen a great number of people who've... I've expected you wanted to proof of who we are. Here's IDs and Annie's birth certificate. Baby girl, name Anne Elizabeth Mudge, born to Ralph and Shirley Mudge, New York, October 28th, 1922.
October 28th. That's my birthday.
Ralph, look. Annie's wearing the locket.
When we left Annie at the orphanage, we left her with half a gold locket. Yes, it fits perfectly.
Oh, thank God, Ralph. She's our Annie.
Mr. Mudge, what about the money?
Well, we ain't got much, but we could be glad to give you whatever.
You haven't heard that I've offered a $50,000 certified check to anyone who can prove they're Annie's parents?
No, sir. Anyway, we don't want no money.
On the other hand, Ralph, remember that little pig farm out in New Jersey? With $50,000, we could afford to bring Annie right up in the country.
Would you mind if Annie stayed here till tomorrow, Christmas, and then you could pick her up?
Whatever
And
you
the
prefer.
check.
Whatever you prefer, sir.
Bye, Annie, love.
Till tomorrow, honey. Then you'll be spending the rest of your life with us. Oops, pardon me, Blonde. Merry Christmas!
Well, this is
Wonderful news.
Drake,
Yes, sir?
champagne.
Yes, sir.
We must celebrate because we have just heard the most wonderful news. Annie has found her parents. Thank you. I propose a toast to Annie Mudge.
To Annie Mudge.
Annie! Refreshing. I've lost her. I've lost Annie.
Sir, I have the strangest feeling that I've seen that Mr. Mudge before and that he's not what he says he is.
Then we won't give up till we're certain.
But how?
I'll go straight to the top, to the President of the United States, even if he's a Democrat.
Silly to cry, nothing to fear. Betcha where they live's as nice as right here. Betcha my life is gonna be swell. Looking at them, it's easy to tell. And maybe I'll forget how nice he was to me, and how I was almost his baby. Merry Christmas, Miss Farrell, Mr. Warbucks.
You're up early.
You're up early, too.
I've been up all night, dear. FBI coming and going. Do you know that the President is here?
Really?
Mr. President.
Merry Christmas, President Roosevelt.
Merry Christmas, Annie. Annie, early this morning, FBI Director Hoover telephoned me with some very sad news. He succeeded in tracing the identity of your parents.
Yes, Mr. and Mrs. Mudge.
No, dear. Margaret and David Bennett.
But
Annie.
Annie, your mother and father passed away a long time ago.
you mean I'm an orphan after all?
I love you, Annie Bennett.
And I love you, too. Now, who the heck are Ralph and Shirley Mudge?
The birth certificate could easily have been forged, but nobody knew about the locket except for us.
And the FBI, of course.
And Miss Hannigan.
And Miss Hannigan.
Miss Hannigan and the kids, sir.
Hi, kids!
Ah, Miss Hannigan, a pleasure to finally meet you.
Same here, and I'd know you anywhere.
Let me introduce you to everybody. This is my secretary, Miss Farrow, which you already know. This is the President of the United States, and that's my butler.
Look, kids, there's presents for all of us.
This has just come from the FBI.
Ah, now it all fits together.
The Mudges, sir.
Good morning.
Merry Christmas, one and all.
Merry Christmas.
We didn't mean to bother you on Christmas and all, but we just wanted to pick up Annie and the check.
Ah, yes. $50,000. Certified.
Let's see. Certified, paid to the order of... The jig is up!
Yes, the jig is up. Daniel Francis Hannigan, also known as...
Rooster Hannigan, also known as Ralph Mudge, also known as Danny the Dip.
Louis, turn them over.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly. La 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 la.
I believe you'll find this woman their accomplice.
La 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 la. I'd never seen these people till yesterday.
Ah, come off it, Aggie.
Annie, tell them how good and nice to you have always been.
Gee, I'm sorry, Miss Hannigan. Remember the one thing you always tell me. Never tell a lie.
Run, orphan.
Miss Hannigan is gone for good.
Yay!
And you won't have to work anymore.
Yay!
Yes, girls, for you and perhaps for all of us, this Christmas is going to be the beginning of a wonderful new life, a new deal. Hey, I rather like that. A new deal.
So do I, Franklin. A new deal. The sun will come out tomorrow.
You gotta hang on till
tomorrow. Just thinking